every farm, let me start and say, every farm is different. So don't come to Lesedi's farm and go to whoever's farm and think the things are the same. Every farm is different. The land is different. You could have 1,000 hectares and only 10% of that is arable land.
Yes.
So when you're starting out, know where you're going to get your water from, number one. Number two, ask if there's electricity there.
Yes.
Because all these things are expensive. And number three, know what it is that you want to farm so that you can put in the right equipment, land and buildings, and as well as mechanization for it. So those are the key things when having to start out. We don't all start out in a mechanized way. Some people start off with that are very labor intensive. So they don't use tractors, they don't use implements or plows or anything like that. It's just land, people, some hoes and some rakes, and they get doing. So if you're going to start down that road as well, understand that it's going to cost you in time, have proper planning. If you're going to have tractors and things like that, know somebody that knows how to use the equipment, because I was speaking to one of the other farmers and he was saying that he was fixing a tractor for someone and they didn't understand how to work the tractor. So you're going to run into certain costs.
Yes.
I would say also get people on board that understand the landscape of where you are at.
Yes.
Because somebody who's farming in Limpopo wouldn't understand the landscape of here in the Vaal. The weather's different, the sand is different. So all of these things are going to behave very differently. So know the area that you're in, ask around. Ask around. If you're going to do, say, animals, why in Limpopo the animals are white more than they're black? It's because it's hot.
Yes.
So they don't cool themselves down.
Yes.
So if you go down to like the Eastern Cape, Northern Cape, the animals are more black because then they're trying to get more of the sun.
Yes.
And know that you can't move animals from the Eastern Cape down to Limpopo.
Yes.
Because they're going to die.
They'll die.
You know, it's things like that that you must understand. And as well as cultivars. I remember when we started, I used to go with my mom to the seedling the nurseries and things like that. And they would always ask the same question, where are you planting? Because as much as I've put down cabbage, this is Conquistador. This might not grow in another area.
Yes.
Or you find that maybe drumhead might not grow here because of maybe it can't stand high water retention.
Yes.
It can't stand the cold, or it needs heat.
Yes.
Sometimes you find that it's not hot enough for a certain plant to grow. So again, ergo the tunnels, ergo the shade nets. They mitigate a lot of these other things.
Yes.
Because sometimes we will plant in the tunnels but not plant
the shade nets.
In the shade nets, or we plant in the shades and not plant in the tunnels. It depends on the weather, it depends on the season. It also depends on the cultivar. So again, going back to the previous questions, know all of these things. Not every tomato is the same.
Yes.
And even a layman person of the streets, when you go into the supermarket, you find cherry tomatoes, you find plum tomatoes, you find jam tomatoes. Even people will be like, oh, I made a salad and this tomato is watery. It's just
Use the wrong tomato.
Yeah, use the wrong tomato. It's the makeup of it. So know all of those things, especially for somebody that is starting out.
Yes.
I always say there's a young farmer who's starting out not so far from where we are. She's like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm like, yes, because you kind of put the cart before the horse. You know, you can't just plant something because now you have land. You don't know where you're going to get your water from. One of the important things I was discussing with a friend of mine is a water license.
Yes.
If you want to be commercial, you need a water license. And they're also, when you get the water license, they're going to dictate to you how you can use it, where is your water source coming from, where are boreholes.
Yes.
Because we don't have any natural lakes or streams around us.
Yes.
There's no ocean as well, so everything we get are from boreholes. So the water tables at the bottom dictate how much is it that we can use.
Yes,
that also dictates what we can plant. You know, cabbage takes more water than spinach. So if you're going to plant like a hectare, you must know that you're going to have X amount of water available. And we were discussing as well that if you're going to harvest rainwater, that also needs to be included in your water license.
Yes.
Because now you're taking water from the tables at the bottom. Also know that some farming activities can't happen. Let's say we had a hospital within the next 10 kilometers from here,
Yes.
and you want to be commercial,
Yes.
and maybe you want a center pivot, you're definitely not going to get that water license because the water needs to go to the hospital. Or the school.
Yes.
So those are also things that you must know in terms of when you want to start your farm. Don't invest into something that won't be able to grow at a later stage. Even with development, because right now we have a lot of development in our urban areas.
Yes.
Know that, is this an area that is prime for development? What is happening? Because it will also dictate your future plans.
Yes.
Not only for what is it you want to plant, but it could also be from a health and safety perspective.
Yeah.
Yes, people might come and steal, might come and break, or because with people comes disease as well.
Yes.
They're gonna require that it's gonna be a landfill somewhere close. So all of that is gonna speak to what it is that you want to do. Say you want to do chickens.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you go over 4,500 capacity, you need an EIA.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not gonna give you that if there are people living close to you.
Yes.
Even if you want to do pigs, you got people within the next even 15, 20 kilometers around you. Forget it. You're not going to be a commercial chicken farmer. You just won't see it. So you must know, again, what your farming activities are going to be.
Did you know that you could start vegetable farming and become profitable? Good day, I'm Eyong and welcome to AgricDeck. On today's episode, we are in a 100 hectares farm that is managed and run by a lady. She's proving to us that everyone and anybody can get involved in farming.
Hey, I am Lesedi Masebe. Also, thank you for coming. You're here at Masebe Farms in the Greater Vaal area. So we are currently farming cabbage and spinach just for the winter season. Then once it comes out, we're gonna get ready for the summer. During the summer, we're gonna do potatoes, chilies, green peppers, and soybean in the rest of the farm. So that's what we're looking forward to doing in the upcoming season. This was just to keep the doors open because I don't want to have my staff sitting at home during the winter period.
Okay, that's amazing. And how many workers do you have here?
Well, in total, there's 10 of us, but those are the permanent staff. During peak season, during the harvesting season, we can go up to 50, 60. It depends on what it is we're having in that particular year. I don't always farm the entire farm every year. Yeah, it depends on what's available, what's needed, contracts, things like that. Yeah, but most of my operations focus on vegetables. Day to day, we're just basically looking after the vegetables, maintaining infrastructure, planning. Those are just everyday things. And then, mitigating risk or disaster, whatever might have happened. Yeah, so wake up every morning, scouting, looking at the vegetables, looking at the structures, health and wealth of the workers, all things like that. Just last week we had training for health and safety.
Okay.
Yeah, so I always want my staff to be up to date, up to what's going on, what's not going on, what should they be doing, things they should be looking out for, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are some of the good management practices you've put here in this farm? Because you're talking about training your staffs or whatever. What are the good management practices for you to be profitable in this business?
Obviously, it's good accounting practices. Record keeping is very critical in our line of work. That's in terms of operating expenses. That would be anything that we're using, working capital, things like that. So, yeah. For me, it's record keeping. That's the most critical part of the everyday things that we're doing. In here, this is our 3-bay greenhouse, or the tunnels. I call them tunnels. We've got cabbage in here, just over 1,000 heads. I'm guesstimating because sometimes I come in, I take a few out, depending on the health of the particular plant. So plus minus 1,000 in here.
Okay. And cabbages, how long do they take to get to full maturity?
It takes about 3 months. But right now, They're growing slightly slow. I think we're about 2 weeks out just because of the weather. I know people are to think global warming is not a real thing, but it is. The plants this season happen to be growing just slightly slower. So we're about 2 weeks out. So it should be closer to 4 months than the 3.5 months.
Okay, that's amazing. You have a large farm that is handling vegetable. I know there's a lot of water intake here. How do you
Yes.
manage water in such a large farm?
Well, we have a timetable as to when we are watering the plants. And what also helps is, we measure the rain, things like that. And also we're not just freehanding our irrigation system. Everything goes into the dam. The dams feed the Georgia tanks. And then from there, we've also got monitoring systems that are attached to the Georgia tank. So we know per day how much water we're using. And every particular plant requires a certain amount of water. So depending on the type of irrigation system that you're using, in here we've got the overhead sprinklers. We don't run them for as long as we do if we were to have the drip irrigation. So that also helps us manage the water systems. And just having irrigation systems on the farm helps manage that as well.
So you are a farmer here.
Yes.
What really inspired you into becoming a farmer?
I wasn't inspired into becoming a farmer. I'm a second generation farmer.
Okay.
I was thrown into the deep end of things. Okay. My mom is the original farmer. She used to work at Woolworths. So she used to work at Woolies. She was a foods manager. And then they used to go out into the fields to show the foods managers where the produce comes from, how it's taken care of, so on and so forth. So from there, that sparked her love of agriculture. Then she went out because then my dad said to her, listen, just be a housewife. She was like, I can't do that. Okay. So then that's when she went out and looked for the farm, went to the Department of Land Reform.
Yes.
And that's where she got in touch with the people. They managed to secure the farm for her, and that's how it started. All this started from 2007 up until now. My mom started off with pigs and grain. I'm the one that's focusing on the veg.
Vegetable.
Yes.
So you have nets here and the greenhouse system.
Yes.
All of them are cabbages. Why the difference?
That one I wouldn't, like I said, that one I won't be able to answer you. These were the structures that my parents put in. So that would be a good question for them as to why they chose the two different structures. But there's in terms of growth rates, in terms of protection, they serve different functions. With the greenhouse, as you can see, the cabbages in there are growing at a much faster rate than in here. But the nets as well help assist with the frost during the winter. My neighbors have been suffering with the frost, and we managed to escape that, all thanks to the protection of the structures. So I would advise anyone who's going into farming, big or small, to invest in some form of structure, be it net or tunnel. It's going to protect your crops a lot. It's going to advance the yielding as well. And it's also great because when you're spraying, it contains whatever it is that you're using. So you're not going to affect anything outside of the environment. And even when there's pests or some sort of disease, they help contain that as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. Speaking of pests and diseases, what are the pests and diseases you face here and how do you combat them?
Okay. So on our farm, we don't usually have pests, but we do have diseases. So there's a lot of white aphids that we get, especially during the summer. And then during the winter season, because it does rain a lot in our area, we suffer mostly from rot. Because our area in the Vaal, it's quite a water-rich it's like a water pan, this place they were in. So a lot of the sections that we're in, the water pulls together. So we lose a lot of the veg when it rains a lot due to drowning, and then also due to rot on the vine or the leaf or things like that. I would be lying if I say we have a pest issue. Yeah, especially for us on our farm. I have not experienced pests. It's more of the white aphids and the rotting that we're dealing with.
Yeah, that's amazing. You are a lady and farming.
Yes.
What do people say when they hear you are a farmer?
A lot of people, they don't believe it because I don't look like a farmer. I don't know what a farmer looks like. But yeah, they don't believe it. A lot of people, when they come here, they expect to see an older man or an older white man or like an older person. But at the same time, I've gotten used to it because myself, when I go to farmers' days or things like that, I do see majority of the crowd being of a much older generation. So it's always kind of jarring for them to see someone young and also female within the space, and also at the scale at which we happen to produce. But I can only attribute my successes to my mom again, to also the advisors that come on board, be it the people that supply the fertilizers, the chemicals, soil management. We've got a team for that. We've got a team for the plant health. The guy that I get my seedlings from, Petulora Soropo from P Agricultural
The seedling
Group.
guys.
The seedling guy.
Shout out to the seedling guy.
Shout out to the seedling guy. He's always on call. Whenever, even if I have a problem with my veg, even if it's this big, because I mean, these are usually with the other people that I've bought seedlings from, they don't have post-sale services like he does. That's why I always stay with him. I'd come and be like, listen, this thing is not growing. I've done this and this and this. Send me your spray program. What's going on? What is this? You know, he's always at the ready. So having people like that around me also attributes to the success. And I will say a lot of, like 70% of my advisors are older people because they've just been in the game, and I also trust it. I'm very much a believer that experience comes with time.
Yes.
It comes with time. So, and they understand the soil, they understand the plant, they know how to read the MRLs, which again is important when you're planting, especially wanting to move into the commercial space.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When it comes to, as well, the success of your plant, I don't put anything in the ground until after we've done our MRLs. That is for the water and the soil as well.
Yes.
Because that's also going to let you know how much of what to use in terms of soil preparation, whether you're preparing with compost or you're preparing with lime. It doesn't matter what you're preparing with, it will let you know how much of it to put in there. And as well as your fertilizers, your boosters, your chemicals, it will let you know that this is not going to work in this space. This is going to work in this space. Also, I know there's a lot of digging around. We're currently preparing for Global Gap. So all of this construction out here is in preparation for that.
Where are you digging?
We're digging to put down plumbing, electricity, all of that. So this building here was the pig house that I told you about because my mom started with pigs and grain.
Yes.
So the pig house is here. So we haven't had pigs for quite a while. And I thought, you know what, because we're preparing for this and ablution facilities is something that we need for the gap, we are converting the space into ablution facilities. So our workers will have a space to change, like a dedicated space to change, put away their belongings, eat, and as well as storage. Right now we're using the big storeroom to store everything. So once this is done, it's gonna come. A lot of the stuff are gonna come down here and just make it easier as well.
Yes.
For my stuff, because it is quite far.
Yes.
To run and get a shovel. It eats into production time as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Why do you think many youths are not involved in farming and agriculture?
I want to say because the marketing wasn't done right for farming. You know, it's always been framed as something you do for later on in life. It's also framed as something that's not profitable. There aren't very many easy entry points into farming. I just say it wasn't packaged right. And even now, just from an educational standpoint, there aren't very many places that offer agriculture as a career that you can go into and study for. I think I only know of 2 universities that offer agriculture. So it's not something that is at the fore in terms of career advancements, in terms of a lifestyle. I think that's why we don't have a lot more people coming into the space. And it's also because of our historical background in South Africa. It was more for white people.
Yeah.
And then the black person would be the farm worker. And it's also the view that agriculture is for uneducated people.
Yes.
Whereas I know I deal with plenty of educated people on a daily basis.
Yes.
And I rely on their knowledge as well. So there's still a very big educational component that needs to be fed into agriculture as a career, as a lifestyle choice, as something that can grow you as a person.
Okay.
Also, I think we youth, we don't want to get dirty. It's a very hands-on job. It's 24/7. Yeah, there's no rest. The days are long.
You are a farmer,
Yes.
a beautiful lady, young.
Yes.
Can you advise other young people to get involved in farming?
Definitely. I think get into farming. The most important thing is to start where you are. Don't want to jump too far. Start where you are. Start small. Gradually grow small. This is definitely one of those things that I can say, start as small as you can. Because if you want to, this is a half hectare net that we're currently in.
Yes.
It's big. If you're starting out, even quarter of the space is still a lot. You know, so start small. Get used to the thing that you want to do, whether it's animals or vegetables or grains or whatever. Start small so that you can acquaint yourself with the functions, the everyday functions, the laying down of the irrigation, the mulching. Understand also the terminology. What is mulching? What is irrigation? What are chemicals? What are fertilizers? And once you've gained that knowledge, then you'll be able to apply it. Once you apply it in real time, I've had a lot of people study agriculture. Students, when they come here, they're like, whoa, the difference is quite big in terms of what we learned and how we apply it. Also, you must know yourself as a person. If you're not adaptable, you won't make it in agriculture because anytime anything can happen. And it's always in the extreme. You can do really well or you can do really badly.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are. One season can change everything.
Yes.
So I also think it's that level of unpredictability that us as youth, we're not used to. Because it was very frustrating for me. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, but there's still some days where I feel like, whoa.
How did I get here?
How did I get here? What happened? This thing is not growing. Why is it not growing? I applied everything well. I did this and that. I listened to this person. So, yeah, but I would advise for them to come into the space. We do need a lot of the youth. Apparently, right now, the average age of a farmer is 65 and up.
Oh.
In our country.
We need to change that.
We do need to change that. And even the number of commercial farmers that we had in the past 20 years is on a steady decline. So we do need farmers. We need to eat, guys, every day. You know, I've just been hearing every day, you need a farmer at least 3 times a day.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't need a doctor that many times. You don't need a lawyer that many times. But you need a farmer at least 3 times a day.
That's amazing.
That's even with clothes.
Yes.
It's not only food, it's clothes, it's skincare.
Yes.
It's and logistics.
Yes.
You know, the oils that are coming from all of that. So you need a farmer as much as possible. So anybody who's interested in farming, get into farming. There's all different types of farming. You know, there's urban agriculture, there's hydroponics. So you don't need as much land
There's even agrotourism now.
Yes, agrotourism. Yeah. You know, I thought I was like, oh, okay. And it's slowly creeping into South Africa as well. My neighbor, his name is Lawrence, urban eco farmers as well. He's gonna start his agrotourism thing next door. So it's something that they can look into. So even if you're not necessarily interested in the growing up, but there's so many other functions next to farming, on a farming space that they can get into.
The technology aspect of it as well.
Yeah, the technological aspect, the mechanization aspect of it. Like I said, I consult many different people from different sectors, accountants. The accountants that we have right now, they deal with a lot of farmers, so they also understand the space and the landscape that we're in.
Yes.
So you don't need to be directly involved in farming if you don't have I don't have a green hand.
Yes.
Yeah, I could never grow anything at home. So I rely on people that have the green hand, that have the knowledge in order for me to get where I am right now.
That's amazing. Are there some mistakes you've made in the past regarding in farming that you think other young people or new people should be aware of?
Yes, I've made so many mistakes. Number one is thinking that I know everything. And secondly, it's not being advisable. We were just discussing this with a friend of mine that you should be advisable. Like I said, I've got a lot of people advising me. And as well as not listening to, because when my mom got the farm, there were workers that came at the farm. Listen to them, they know the land.
Yes.
Yeah, they know the land. So we had to know how to speak to them.
Yes.
So like, listen, we can't plant here because of A, B, and C. No, but I want it here. Those are some of the mistakes as well that are made. So ended up not having good harvest. Also relying too much on the wrong type of person. Yeah, it also led to some of the downfalls that we had over the years. So that was quite intense, to say the least, yes.
How many tarpaulin do you have here?
Oh, we've got 14.
You've got 14 greenhouses. And
Yes.
the net?
We've got 3.5.
3.5 net.
Yes. So they're all half hectares. And then the smallest net that we have is just under a quarter hectare. All in all, it's just under 3 hectares that are structured.
I see the farm is very clean here.
Yes.
What is the secret here?
A lot of shouting. I'm joking. So it's just rules. Just have rules. I have a lot of rules in place. We don't eat down here. People don't smoke down here. Even when we're cleaning up, because I have a hospitality background.
Okay.
It's clean as you go. So anybody that's in hospitality knows that you work, everything behind you must look like you were never there. So as much as we're working in a clean as you go format. And I also walk around every single day. Listen, there's this, yes, here and there, things will fall through the cracks, but everything is clean as you go. My staff know that as well, that I hate walking around and like seeing things all over. Because for me, it's money. Anything that I look at is money. I've spent it, or I'm going to spend it, or I'm going to lose it because of whatever function. So yes, so as soon as you come in, I tell anybody, this is a no smoking zone. And as you're walking down, there are a lot of signs that will tell you that there's no drinking here, there's no smoking here, there's no this in this area, restricted access, so on and so forth. So that also contributes to the overall health of the environment.
That's amazing. Yeah. How did you transform easily from hospitality to farming? Was it an easy part, or you felt like, oh, I should just go back to hospitality?
It was difficult because the pace at which you move. In hospitality, it's always go, 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 go the whole day. Because I was working in restaurants and hotels at a la carte station. So a la carte just means it's order as you go.
Yes.
So, yeah, everything was just go, go, go the whole time. So when I came here, I had to learn how to be patient.
Patience.
Yes, I can't force the cabbage to grow. Imagine waiting 4 months. Every day you are. Sometimes I don't come onto the field for like a day or two, just so that my brain doesn't feel like nothing is happening.
Yeah.
So the great part about plants is they grow in such a manner that you can skip a day or two and you can see there's a difference.
Yes.
Whether it's growing or it's not growing.
Yes.
Even when you're looking in here, you can tell where some of the plants are getting enough water and some of the plants are not getting enough water. So it helps as well. So just going back to your question, it was not easy at all. My mom had to hold my hand through the whole thing. So lately she doesn't have to hold my hand as much. But I'd be calling, I'm like, Mom, blah, 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 and this and this and that. Even with the staff, they were moving at a very leisurely pace. And I'd be like, oh my goodness.
This is not what I know.
Move faster. But luckily we were able to meet in the middle in me understanding that things can only go at a certain pace. And they also understood that we can't move as slowly. So we're moving now at a pace that makes sense for the both of us.
That's amazing. If you were to start this all over again, How will you start it?
Oh, I wouldn't. Honestly speaking, I would not. If somebody was like, look, Lesedi, this and this, I'd be like, no, thank you. It's a mammoth task. It's a mammoth task. I saw what my parents went through when they were starting out. Yeah, I don't think I have the mental capacity and emotional capacity to start. It's a blessing that I came in when I did, because it was like everything was up and running. I just had to make sure that it stayed that way. Yeah.
I think you've given us more than we expected. That's big now for people who want to start their farming. Wow, that's amazing. This is a large farm.
Yeah.
Over 100 hectares.
Yes.
How do you manage the security of such a large farm?
When it comes to the security, it's very touch and go, because we fenced it. But now when they want to steal cattle from my neighbors, they chop up my fence so they can direct the animals. So in terms of security, I'm struggling. I'm fighting, because even if we do call the police, we do have surveillance cameras. We do have a local neighborhood watch. There's a lot of things that we're putting in, so it's helping to a degree. But when a thief wants to thief, they're gonna thief.
Yeah.
But yeah, even on our farm, we lock up as much as we can. We have cameras. We've got roving this and this, all of those things. So it helps assist with the safety. But I don't have animals, so I'm fine.
What is your biggest expense as a vegetable farmer?
The vegetables themselves, the seedlings.
The seedlings.
Yeah, the seedlings are the biggest expense, followed by the chemicals and then the labor. No, the irrigation. And then the labor is always the last thing.
The irrigation in terms of the material, or?
Yeah, in terms of the material, in terms of managing the outputs as well. Because it's not only the pipes that you see, there's also, like, we have the water station. It's maintaining that. There's also the boreholes, there's maintaining that. Every couple of years, you have to get them checked out, because they could collapse in on themselves. They could not be working properly. So, yeah, those are some of the bigger line items that we see.
To you, what has been the most rewarding part as a farmer?
Because of our values here at Masebe, it's maintaining the jobs that we have been able to maintain seasonally and even out of season, because it's almost always the same faces that we see coming in looking for jobs, working on the farm. They even know that, okay, we've planted, and around this time, you'll start to see a lot more feet at the gate coming in. And it's also the youth employment. So 99% of our employees here at Masebe are youth.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I've just told myself that was it. I'm only going to hire the youth, because a lot of the youth that we have here are unskilled, so they're not able to get other jobs. So that's also, when I was telling you about the training,
Yes.
it's very important to me to always have ongoing and continuous training, even on-the-job training, outside of getting people to come here. That's the biggest success. Yes, I see growing the vegetables. That's just the job. Yeah, growing the vegetables, harvesting, planting, that's the job. But in terms of sustaining the jobs that we've been able to sustain, that's the biggest success of our business.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to grow so that I can hire more people, and on a permanent basis, because we are in an impoverished area. So a lot of people need work.
Yes.
And a lot of people are unskilled. So taking somebody and upskilling them, even when they leave here, I've got a level of confidence to say there's an understanding that at least there's the experience of work, clocking in, clocking out, getting training. Because some of the people that we have here, they're trained for health and safety. They're trained for firefighting, so they can take that as well and apply that somewhere else.
Wow, that's rewarding. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Ooh, hopefully we have 4 other farms.
Wow.
Yeah, I want a lot more farms. Doing multiple things. It doesn't only have to be vegetables. I want to do multiple things. I want to hire more people. I want to be known as somebody who nurtures the environment that they're in,
Yes.
outside of just producing quality produce.
Yes.
So that's my main thing. We've got very high unemployment levels in our country. So the little that I can do to shave some numbers off that, I will always do that. And the other thing which we're trying is also just hiring people that are unskilled. So we want to increase the number of skilled labor that we have from unskilled to skilled. Yeah. We want to take on people that are also disabled, but the work itself and the environment itself doesn't really lend itself to that. That's why I was telling you that our pack house is not there. Once that is up, that's also where we'd be able to increase the number of disabled people in terms of our staff.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Johannesburg South. It's called the Corinthians.
Oh, okay.
The Corinthians, you must follow up the Corinthians.
Yes.
They are having a disabled soccer competition.
Yes, I saw that.
You
Yeah.
saw the Corinthians.
Yes.
I think you need to work with the Corinthians. It's also starting a farm.
Yeah.
So we're starting a farm. Dear viewers, thank you for watching. Please watch to the end. So, Sisi, we're going back to the farm.
Yes.
In terms of soil preparation, I see you have compost. How do you prepare your soil before farming?
Okay. So let's say, like we've planted here, and then we take everything out. What we start off with is by turning the soil. So we turn the soil, then from there we take some samples out for testing to see what are the nutritional balances inside that. Then you saw there we've got the worm farm. I take some of that compost and then I just add it onto this. Then thereafter, after the emerald tests, we see is it nutrient dense or is it lacking? Then we balance that out with the lime. Once we've got that lime, again, come back and turn it again. Put in the tractor. It'll start making the rows. Then it'll start putting up the beds. Then from there, we throw in some topsoil.
Okay, that's amazing. You have canopies here, or you have the greenhouses.
Yes.
Do tractors come in here to plow the land?
Yes, we've got a tractor. It's a smaller one. It's called a kubota. Okay. It's the one that fits in here. So once all of these, all of the irrigation is out, everything is out, it's able to go in any direction. It's able to fit in here. A lot of people, when they visit the farm, they're like, whoa, your nets are so high. I was like, yes, we purposefully built it like that so that we've got another bigger tractor. It must just come in and work that land as well. So in here, we mostly use the kapotas and the tunnels. Then in there, it's the usual John Deere. It goes in there and then it works the land. So the tractors are able to come into the structures. Even when you do build, going back to the other question, go to people that will build towards your specifications.
Yes.
Yes, because you've got, these are standard tunnels. We got these from Dikla. These are the standard sizes. So they're 4 meters up and then 10 meters wide and then 30 meters in length. Yeah. So working in here is quite a breeze. It's quite a breeze, as well as in the tunnels. I mean, in the shade nets.
Okay. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Yes. I've been to many farms and I see they are using drip irrigation.
Yes.
Yet you are using overhead sprinklers.
Yes.
Why?
I was lazy to put down the drip.
Is it because of laziness or because of its performance?
I'll say both. But look, drip irrigation is more precise.
Okay.
It goes straight down to the root into the plant. So a lot of people don't want to use sprinklers because it's a waste of water, according to them, because the water goes everywhere instead of just only to the plant.
Yes.
So in here, for me, like I said, I was lazy to put on the drip, even though you can see it on the sides.
Yeah.
But it was a rush against time, and the sprinklers are always there. So that's what it was. I also enjoy the sprinklers. It's like rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting rained on every day for at least an hour. So at the most, it's an hour.
Are there particular times for watering?
Yes. So we'll do it in the morning And then later on in the evening when it's not so hot.
Okay.
Yes.
But I see it's more than, it's already 12 o'clock. Why are you doing that?
It's because right now they're putting in the fertilizer.
Okay.
They're pushing the fertilizer through. So this particular watering session won't run so long. Maybe in the next 10 minutes it will come off. Right now they're just pushing through the fertilizer.
Oh, so you put your fertilizer directly with the water. You are fertigating the plant.
Yes.
Okay.
All of the fertilizers we use are water solubles. So it's also easier that way.
Okay.
It's easier that way, and it's also cost effective instead of just throwing it down into the ground. We do sometimes do ground fertilizer for a slow release.
Okay.
I'll put that in just after the seedling. We'll mix it on with the soil preparation. So throughout the season, it will get that. But I find that in terms of efficacy for me, boosting plant growth and plant health is important. I always try that. Sometimes you might find that the ground fertilizer isn't working as well, so I'll push through then with the fertilizer. So I do this every week or every second week, depending on the growth and the health of the plant.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You are producing so much vegetables here. Do you locate the market before producing, or what's the story?
Yes, so no. Importantly, don't ever put anything in the ground if you don't know where it's going to go.
Okay.
Don't also put anything into your crawls if you don't know where it's going to go, because you're going to lose a lot of money. Yes, going to the market isn't a safe bet. You won't get price stability.
Yes.
Yes. So if you want price stability, plant for someone, get a contract, whether it's government or private sectors or even the informal market.
Yes.
The ladies that are selling on the side of the road, they constantly need produce, guys. Don't overlook them. They're such an important part of our economic landscape. They do the most. And they've got more insight, as far as I've known, than any commercial R&D person has ever done. So they know what they want. They also tell me sometimes that, listen, season's coming up, it's December, we're looking for carrots, we're looking for this. So there are patches of land that I'll put down, maybe just 1/8 of a hectare. I'll put some tomatoes down, put some carrots down, put some beets down for my informal sector. So yeah.
That's amazing. Do you think farming is a profitable business?
It can be.
It can be.
Yes, it can be.
That's amazing. Our viewers out there who are interested in buying vegetables from you, or those who are interested in partnering with you, investing in your farm, or running a business with you, how can they get in touch with you?
So we've got our social media pages, all Masebe Farms, Instagram, Facebook. We don't have X, but you can inbox us there. And as well as my pages, they're linked to that. And then inbox me, then we can have further chats from there.
Okay. That's amazing. Sisi, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
It was an awesome experience speaking with you. We wish you the very best in your vegetable farming and every other agriculture endeavor. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dear viewers, thank you so much for watching. You heard it all from the farm lady. She's doing everything in agriculture, and she's encouraging and empowering the youth to get more involved into farming. You too can start your own farm. Start small and go big. Thank you for watching. If you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, so you never miss an episode on agriculture that matters. Until then, peace.